The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are reportedly planning to move into a new home in Windsor to be closer to the Queen and the Duchess's family. According to the Telegraph, the Duke and Duchess, who currently split their time between their London home Kensington Palace and their home Anmer Hall in Norfolk, plan to move to Windsor as they consider it the perfect place to raise their 3 children. The relocation, which would bring the Cambridges closer to both the Queen and Catherine's parents in Bucklebury, is the most significant sign yet that the couple are preparing to take on a far more senior role at the heart of the royal family. The Duke and Duchess have increased their royal duties significantly in the past 12 months. Meanwhile, the Queen is slowly handing over more of her work, while the absence of Prince Harry and Meghan and Prince Andrew has meant other senior royals are having to pick up the slack. Sources say they have their eyes on Fort Belvedere, a Grade 2 listed house with a tower towards the southern end of Windsor Great Park. Originally built in 1721, the fort underwent major renovations in the 19th century and was used by Queen Victoria as a tea house. Prince Edward and Wallis Simpson also spent time there before moving to France. William and Catherine are also said to be looking at the Ludgrove boarding school for Prince George, where William and Harry went due to its close proximity to Fort Belvedere. But the Duchess is keen on sending her 3 children to the same school and has the co-educational Lambrook near Ascot as her favourite. It's ideal because the roads leading to it are small and rural, so they won't be gawped at, local florist Sue Barnes told the Telegraph. When the children are older, George could attend Eton near Windsor Castle, while Catherine's old school, the co-educational Marlborough College, is another option. She's looking to give her children the sort of secure childhood she had, Barnes added. Crucially, Catherine's parents, Carol and Michael Middleton, live just 25 kilometres away from Windsor in Bucklebury, which means they could help out with school runs and other activities. However, according to the Telegraph, the planned move has left those close to the couple aghast, as many do not consider Berkshire the proper countryside. A source told the paper, "People can be very snooty about that area west of London, but that mainly comes out of ignorance." The couple are said to also believe they can make the commute from Windsor to West London in just 25 minutes. Additionally, the permanent base in Windsor could make sense for Prince William and Catherine, with a number of royals already living there on the Windsor estate. The Queen has been living at Windsor Castle since the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, while Prince Edward and Sophie live nearby at Bagshot Park. Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank have taken over Prince Harry and Meghan's former home, Frogmore Cottage, and Prince Andrew continues to live at the Royal Lodge. Moving the family west could prove strategic as well as practical as the monarchy prepares for major changes in the years ahead. At the moment, the Cambridges split their time between their London base at Kensington Palace, where they also have their offices, and their country home of Anmer Hall in Norfolk. The home on the Sandringham estate was a wedding gift from the Queen, and after carrying out refurbishment work, William and Catherine made it their permanent home from 2015 to 2017. Following the death of the Duke of Edinburgh last year, it would also no doubt prove a boost to the Queen to have the Cambridges nearby. The 95-year-old monarch has a close relationship with William, and during his time at Eton College, which was close to the castle, he would often have Sunday lunch with his grandparents in the castle's panelled oak room. For years, the Queen used Windsor as a weekend residence and a retreat from the working week at Buckingham Palace, but the monarch now plans to base herself permanently at Windsor. It means she will be close to her youngest son, Prince Edward, and his wife, Sophie, who live nearby at Bagshot Park, and Prince Andrew, who lives at Royal Lodge with his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson. Prince Harry and Meghan refurbished Frogmore Cottage on the Windsor estate, but the property is now used by Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank and their 6-month-old son August. Having the Cambridges nearby would mean most of the Queen's immediate family, barring Prince Charles and Princess Anne, were close at hand to support her. Kate has long spoken kindly about the county she grew up in, with the family making regular trips back to see her parents. The Duchess's parents, Michael and Carol Middleton, live in a 7-bedroom Grade 2 listed mansion, Bucklebury Manor. Her brother James has also reportedly bought a home in the same village for himself and fiancée Elise Thurvenet. Writing in The Sun on Sunday earlier this month, royal correspondent Emily Andrews claims a family friend of the royal once told her, "All Catherine ever wanted was a house in the countryside, loads of kids and dogs. She wasn't interested in having a big job or becoming famous." Sources stress that any changes for the family will have no effect on their setup at Kensington Palace. It will remain their London home and office even after they become Prince and Princess of Wales. But Anmer Hall is a long trek from London, often requiring the family to travel by helicopter, and is far from Catherine's parents, sister and brother, who play a huge part in their children's lives. In December, the Queen urged Prince William to stop flying helicopters with his family because she is terrified that disaster could strike, a source told The Sun. The 95-year-old monarch has had several conversations with William, asking him to stop flying himself, particularly in bad weather, amid fears an accident could threaten the line of succession. Unofficial rules usually prevent senior royals from flying together, but the regulations have been relaxed since William's children were born, allowing for the young family to spend more time together.